Yoru's clone is not detected on the map, both when you do not see it and when you see the decoy appear in front of you. The clone will pass straight through you, so that's another giveaway. When you equip your knife and then throw your decoy, some attachments are missing on the gun. Phantom's silencer and operator's scope here are examples of that. So throw the decoy with your gun equipped. The beacon and the clone have no collision. The clone will turn towards you and explode even if you shoot it behind the smoke. The gun does not matter, it works with any gun. The ultimate works in a very weird way. If you and Yoru are in an area where you can see each other, you can hear and see the blue thing. That indicates that Yoru is nearby. Previously, it occurred when you and Yoru are near, but now it occurs if you and Yoru are in the same area, not behind any wall. What matters is you both are in an open area and have the possibility of seeing each other.
Who's next?
Also, you get flashed in ultimate form even if the flash is far away. The clone's flash will blind you if the center of the clone has a line of sight. If you stab the clone, it does not turn around to blind you. Now, agent interactions. Clone is pulled by the gravity well. It does have a debuff effect, but you do not see it on the clone visually. Any type of stun does not affect it. Again, shooting it behind smoke will still detect you. Clone walks through Astra's ult easily. Clone takes damage from any molly as seen here. The clone has 150 HP, so it takes time before it explodes. Also note that it does flash. It does flash when it gets destroyed, but it blinds only in the direction it is facing. Clone's speed is affected by stim beacon. Clone does not have the stim effect though, the visual effect, so you will know which is clone or not. And again, it takes damage from Brimstone's ult and it will explode when 150 damage is done. I do not think Yoru's ult is affected by stim beacon. When quitting the stim, the speed of Yoru's ult seems to be the same as you can see here. Again, any stun does not affect it. It does get destroyed by aftershock after 150 damage. It does not get stunned by the ultimate, but it jumps a bit. And no flash affects the clone. None. Chamber's traps detects the clone and the clone will slow down in the field. Yoru's ult will not trip the traps. A pro tip, since you can deploy your utilities in ultimate form, you can get rid of these traps with your decoy to help the team a lot. The clone will trip Cypher's traps like normal, and the clone can be tagged like a normal player, and it will also trip the Cypher's cages normally. But Cypher's ultimate does not detect the clone, so that's a bonus for Cypher. When you tag Yoru before he goes to his ultimate form, you can see him blip on the minimap. Also, you don't see the blue thing that I had described when you are on Cypher's camera, so be careful Cypher mains, he can still be close and you won't know it. Jett's ultimate is bugged. Only when you are doing 150 damage to the clone will respond and blind you. Please fix Riot. Also, if you break line of sight, you can dodge the flash. Killjoy's turret will detect the clone and it will slow it down like a normal player. The alarm bot will also detect the clone and the clone will take damage from the Molotov as normal. But if you observe closely, the vulnerable debuff is applied because the clone dies quicker here. So the clone does get the vulnerable debuff, but we cannot see it visually. Riot, please fix. The clone does not get detained by the ultimate, and Yoru's ultimate will not be detected by her utilities. Again, the clone is not blinded, and Paranoia does not affect Yoru's ultimate. Phoenix's wall will damage the decoy as expected, but it is useless since it has 150 HP. Again, not affected by the flash. It takes damage from the Molotov as well. With Raze as well, the same situation. It takes damage from any source, satchel, nade and ultimate. It will only explode when it takes 150 full damage though. And the satchel will push the clone a bit, just like it would push the Boombot, so that's pretty nice. Boombot will detect the clone as well, and Yoru's ultimate is not detected by the bot. Sage's slow orb will not affect Yoru's ultimate, but it does affect the clone, and the clone will also give the normal slow walk sound, just like a normal player. Reina's flash, again, does not affect it. Dismissing does not help you dodge the flash in both ultimate and non-ultimate forms. And a very important note, with Reina ultimate, you can see which is fake and which is real. In split-second decisions, you can look at this instead of looking at the map, so it's useful. Sky's ultimate does not detect the clone. It will still detect Yoru's ultimate though. And again, stuns do not affect the clone. Drone tag on clone will work like a normal player, but Recon does not detect the clone. Very weird. Again, damage sources like Ultimate and Shock Dart will destroy it if it takes 150 damage, and it will blind the direction it is facing, just like I had mentioned before. When you tag Yoru and Yoru goes to his ultimate form, the same interaction as Cypher is observed. And I don't think Viper's smoke debuff damage affects the clone. As well as the decay, even that doesn't seem to be applicable. If the decay damage was applicable, the clone would have died, but it wasn't the case. It still does take damage from the snake bite, but it looks like it doesn't take damage from the smoke. Viper's smoke bug, which dodges the flash, still exists. Riot, please fix. Viper's ultimate has no issue of highlighting the clone, unlike Reyna's ultimate. Both of them are equally highlighted. And just like any other smoke, if you shoot the clone when the clone doesn't see you, it will still target at you and blind. Chaos Suppress will not disable the clone, and Flash again will not affect it. The Molotov again damages the clone. When using the ultimate, both clone and Yoru have the suppress icons, so you don't know which one is real. But this isn't the case when you're using the dagger. The icon is missing from the clone. Riot, please fix. Lastly, Neon, again, stun does not affect it. It takes damage from the wall, but it's not an important information. And unlike Jet Ultimate, it explodes immediately when you are hitting it with Neon Ultimate. And that's all the interactions that I have found on my own. Let me know if there are any more I missed in the comments. I shall pin them if possible. Some bugs and exploits which have popped up with the Yoru 2.0, I have not considered them here, as well as some interactions of Yoru 1.0 was also not considered. Do subscribe, as this video took some time to make, and I'll catch you all in the next one.